Welcome everybody to today's video, and I'm going to be talking about 5 best things that I liked about the 90s and my experiences. So I was born in 1994 and I was only a kid through the 90s, but I would say if I was much older, the 90s would have actually been the era that I would have really thoroughly enjoyed. The fashion, the music, the TV shows, you name it, just about everything that I've enjoyed. The 90s was the best for my experience that I wish I could have enjoyed living in my adult years as well. For today's video, I was thinking of actually going through 5 different topics that I can remember to the top of my head of my experiences and go through each category and talk about a few things during that time. Also, I've got a little nice special story thing that I want to share at the end of the video. So let's get right into it. First thing I want to talk about is gaming. My experience with gaming through the 90s was very interesting, engaging, and just the CGI at that level in that time was incredible. So as a kid, I actually did get to play a few games. I played the Nintendo 64, which was quite interesting playing that, in particularly with the controller being so pointed over, looked like kind of an E, basically. Just on the centerpiece because it was with the joystick. Alongside with also playing the PS1. Oh my god, the PS1 was a lot of fun. I really remember mainly what I enjoyed the most, in particular with gaming, is Zelda Ocarina of Time. And with that game, it was incredible in its moment and era of basically when you were playing, you were able to do all these cool missions. It was open world too, and the graphics, I must admit, for that moment was truly incredible. Just to see it in that time, play those nostalgic games. Oh my god, I actually could play Zelda right now actually. Music is the next thing I definitely would like to talk about. I have a few artists that I really in particularly enjoyed through the 90s. Even though I listened to them later in life, I still enjoyed them that they were around through that time to give us incredible tunes to listen to. A few that I really enjoyed was Anya. Anya at the time released some amazing music videos during the 90s. And just the way of her art at that time was truly creative. I believe it's where Anya really came out, as she's became a solo artist in the late 80s, but the 90s really showed much more of her work. Another artist or band in particular was Savage Garden. I really enjoyed Savage Garden. We're talking to the Fly to Me to the Moon. Oh my god. Oh no, I forgot that other song. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Yeah. That song. I wish I knew the name of it, but all those experiences with that band as well. Oh, best music. One. Another band I will have to say is Third Eye Blind. Greatest 90s band also ever. Scimitar kind of life, baby. Baby, oh yes. Those nostalgic hits really got to me, and particularly as a child, I do remember dancing on the TV screen, just really bopping it out, dancing it out through the TV, because there used to be a channel called Rage here in Australia, and they would always play these different tunes, in particularly through the 90s as well. It was really great to get that nostalgia feeling of music and just bopping along to it, which is pretty cool. Next one. Oh, I did it again. Next one is TV and movies. As a child through the 90s, there were definitely a lot of good TV shows, in particular kids TV shows, because I was a kid at the time. I really got to enjoy watching TV shows like Arthur, Blue's Clues. And particularly Blue's Clues was like my ultimate favorite TV show as a child. I would always listen to the TV and hear that cute little adorable blue dog come on and go bow bow. It was like so iconic at that time. And particularly with Arthur too, especially even after the 90s as well. So it's done really well for itself, and I know it just recently finished as well. It was so good to get that nostalgic feeling at that time when it was still running on air, and really enjoying just watching it, even especially coming home from like preschool and just sort of relaxing and watching the show. A movie that I would have to say, if I had to pick one movie, would definitely have to be Small Soldiers. Now, Small Soldiers is basically where these toys come to life and they start attacking Alan and his family and destroys the house. And particularly, I like the end of the movie where, even though it was quite destructive and crazy, the way that they were able to get them to destroy their house and the lounge room and all that. It was such a crazy film, but I really utterly enjoyed watching the whole experience through watching that. And at that time too, again, with just CGI and effects and the way they were able to do things, it's incredible how far we've come, especially in the past 20 to 30 years of creativity of just how we make movies today, and as well as television. The animation with actually, particularly with the TV shows, is pretty good too. This one I'm not too clearly on about, but I can happily talk about my experience through it, is fashion. My fashion as a kid, how do I explain that? So basically I was always worn sort of casual things, whatever fitted me, and I enjoyed wearing it. But again, as a kid, I didn't really care so much about what I wore. I was a kid. From what I did wore, from looking at old photographs that I have seen, I really enjoyed a lot of the criteria of 90s clothing that I did wore. Your normal shirts with like different logos on them. I know that I think jeans outfits and all that were a big thing in the 90s, as well as other different style of fashion. But yeah, I just sort of wore what I wore as a kid, really. So I got to really enjoy the nostalgia of just wearing casual shirts, shorts, and most of them, actually looking back at some of the old photographs that I have flicked through my hard drive, I wish I still had today, because some of them actually would look really cool to be trendy and sort of edgy in that regards. So it can bring some nostalgia. But I really thoroughly enjoy just the criteria of fashion as well. So definitely fashion in the 90s was definitely so truly incredibly iconic. The final one that I want to talk about is my childhood 90s memories. So this is memories that I can remember to the top of my head. The first one I want to say is kids parties. So I know that a lot of you would have done kids parties as well, and they were just the fun of its time. Especially just going even to events or going to buildings and such where they have like all the tables and the chairs and they had the party hats, which I think is pretty cool, along with the food. I think here in Australia in particular, we had fairy bread, which is very popular here. It's basically hundreds and thousands on butter or margarine on bread, and then you just sprinkle it on. I know that was one in particular that I did have as a child going to parties. Also, Pin the Tail on the Donkey, for those who remember that game. A lot of these games and party themes are still around to this day, especially when you go to, I guess, clubs and pubs and all that stuff where they would bring a lot of the like 90s themes back to those. I think overall I really enjoyed the 90s kids parties that I did go to, and just really enjoyed the experiences and just enjoying my time. Preschool, I would say, is the next one. Actually, this preschool that I did go to was actually just down the road from me, literally 5 minutes from where my old childhood home was. So it wasn't too far of a travel to get there. But from what I do remember going to preschool, I know that they always did like things for the kids. They would have occasionally where the parents would come in and we would do a bit of singing to some songs or dancing to some particular things, and also just alongside of going there and being crafty as well. I don't have too much memory, but I do remember sort of the back part of the preschool having a bit of land where we were able to walk around and just enjoy sort of the scenery and being a kid as well. Because usually with preschool, it's sort of just a before primary school, as we called it here in Australia. So we got to really just enjoy and learn as much as we could do. I think it was good to just sort of reminisce on that a little bit and just enjoy the good times that I did go through. My experience wasn't so bad. I got to really enjoy being there. Oh, and the teachers too. I remember them being so very kind people as well. Can't believe feels like just yesterday I was only just a child being at preschool and just experiencing just being a kid and just walking around enjoying being so young, and now I'm like in my late 20s, so time definitely flies so quickly in that regards. There's something I want to really bring up right now. I was flicking through my hard drive and I came across this video where I was actually dancing to the Wiggles, and it was so adorable of me. I basically see like I'm just sort of dancing around, enjoying it, because the Wiggles was also another big thing in the 90s I really got to enjoy watching as well, which they're actually doing quite well for themselves, the Wiggles. They've got more people in there now, and it's come so far as a TV show. So it's good that it's come a long way, and now they're entertaining more future kids out there. And just remember watching the Wiggles through the 90s in that moment, and it's time to just really enjoy sitting around and just watching the Wiggles is also getting up and doing some dance moves as well. So yeah, good times. I just want to say a big massive thank you to @DeaMDeb for actually suggesting this video to me. I can't thank her enough for picking for today's topic for me to discuss about. I really just had a blast talking about the 90s, remembering what I could, and just to go through memory lane to talk about things that I really enjoyed watching or music I listened to. I really hope you've all enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below some of your 90s experiences that you've all have gone through. Until next time, guys, life's an unexpected journey, and I will see you on another one of my videos. Take care, everyone. Bye. Check out the Granda 94 socials on TikTok and Instagram, alongside subscribing to this YouTube channel. If like to donate, I have as well a Patreon that all proceeds will contribute to equipment, content, and behind the scenes images. Also a merch store via Redbubble that has clothing, magnets, and other types of things to check out. Thanks for watching, and enjoy looking through many more videos of mine. See you next time.